This video is based off of BroCode's tutorial video on rock, paper, scissors in Python. All credits due is given in the video description. This is my first time in the near 2 decades that I've been alive on Earth where I finally decided to make my first project in Python cold turkey. Sit back, relax, grab some beer and prepare for glory. I am gonna import the random module first to help me with the random operations in sequences. I am going to create a tuple named options with items, rock, paper, and scissors. I am also going to create another variable named player for the player's choice, but for now, I am going to assign it the value none. Along with that set, I am going to create a variable for the computer's choice and have it pick a random item out of the options tuple. For input, I am going to recall the player variable that I previously created, enter in some input which can help with the starting prompt of the game. After that, I want to display the player's choice and the computer's choice. To do that, I'm going to use an F string for both the player's variable and computer's variable. After setting up the basic, I decided it was appropriate time to test run my code and see if it works the way I intended. Off the bat, I ran into an issue with my IDE. The terminal was not responding, and that's because it was in read-only mode. I didn't know what the heck that meant, so I knew I needed to turn to the one and only Google. I found out that I needed to change my terminal settings and run it from the code instead of clicking run. So I did that, and the code actually ran. I put in my choice of input and the computer spit out a random choice of his output. The code was actually running as I intended it to be. However, we were far from a finished product, but in order to prevent the player from inputting anything else beside rock, paper, and scissors, I used a not-in operator within a while loop to let the machine know to keep the prompt running in a loop until rock, paper, or scissors is mentioned in input. I test ran it and made sure that the code was only moving past the loop when one of the 3 items within options was put into input. I also created an if statement that outputted one of the 3 text outputs depending on whether the player lost, won, or if it was a tie against the computer. I test ran that too and seemed to have gotten the results I was looking for, a text output concluding each round. I made another while loop to place the current while loop inside, and also the if statements alongside it with the player and computer variable inside so that the current state of the game is recognized in the script and so that the code has a clear idea of what to do after each reset. To break the while loop, escape the loop, I also made another variable named play again and assign it yes and no inputs. This escape variable uses the not operator and changes the game running variable to false and then prints a thank you message at the end. Aww. At the end of all this, I test ran it one last time and hoped for the best. To my surprise, it actually worked and even ended the game with a thank you message like a gentleman. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far into the video, I hope you learned something new today, but if not, then I guess I sure tried. Anyway, shout out to BroCode for the splendid tutorial and allowing me the slight opportunity to create my first video on this channel in my journey to being full stack programmer. Be sure to like, maybe comment something nice, and subscribe, or not.